Hi, it's Lana from Sage and Sound with a quick book review on a book called Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. I chose this book because I absolutely loved reading it. It's not really a psychology text, it's not a personal development focus, but it is really grounded in research on human behavior, and it addresses a topic that I think is of interest to a lot of people, which is what makes a person successful. So there is a lot of rhetoric. He mentions at the start of this book, and I've heard it elsewhere before as well, that we tend to assume that people who are successful get there because of their own hard work and grit and determination, and we really downplay other factors that meant that they've been able to become successful. Luck is kind of one of those. Not quite luck per se, but being in the right place in the right time. And this book sort of talks us through that, like how circumstances make a really big difference, as well as looking at specific circumstantial factors. So looking at the influence of particular cultures on how we operate and how that affects success, as well as looking at like differences between people who make a lot of money versus people who don't, and the different ways that they interact with other people that can determine success or not. So I thought it gave a really interesting and broad overview of the factors that make up success. Found it super easy book to read, and although he doesn't kind of go out and tell you to be a certain way, if you read between the lines in this book, you can certainly figure out a couple of things to think about doing differently based on how successful people have been able to make themselves successful. Stuff to do with how you communicate with other people. So if you love reading about people and what makes them tick, and particularly if you're interested in what makes a successful person, I highly recommend Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. And of course, as always with these books, you can check it out in our Sage and Sound reception room. Thanks, bye.